Hi guys! Today I have a pretty cool and unusual video for you. You all know I sometimes review crash videos and you guys seem to like it. However, now we will be looking not just at a crash. We are going to see the whole story leading to it. This channel named Corsel just unintentionally made one of the best documentary films for new riders. We just need to see it from a right perspective. Alright, without further ado, let's roll the video.
So my friend got a brand new motorcycle. This was the day he got it. He had never rode a motorcycle in his life.
As we can see right away, this guy, I'll call him Terence, which is probably not his real name, but he kind of looks like Terence to me. He is a brand new rider. And it shows. He obviously struggles with his balance on the bike and doesn't know how to stop the bike correctly. Which is perfectly okay for a beginner. We all have to start somewhere.
This was the day he got it. He had never rode a motorcycle in his life. As you can expect, he made some mistakes.
Again, it's pretty fine so far. All riders obviously make mistakes. It's a part of the learning process.
I would take him to parking lots and try to teach him all the things I knew.
Don't be scared to use the throttle. Yeah, that's kind of my problem.
10 points to Gryffindor here. It's a great idea to bring a beginner rider to a parking lot first, to learn everything in safe conditions. More so, our buddy Terence seems to be in good hands here, since his teacher has almost 1 million subs. Which means he rides almost as good as Yami Noob, 2 times better than Moto Jizu, and 7 times better than yours truly. Whoops, we didn't see it, it's too early yet. Now, before we go any further, we can immediately see some red flags, so to speak. First of all, a complete lack of protective gear, both on the teacher and on the student. Some people can argue and say, hey, it's just a parking lot, they are not going very fast, it's not really dangerous. But the point is, if you take the task of a teacher, even if you are just teaching your friend, you automatically take some responsibility for your student. You have to right away show him best practices you possibly can, which obviously includes wearing protective gear from the start. Plus, when we are practicing something on the bike, normally we want to practice it in the same gear we will ride normally, so it would later feel natural to ride in our gear. And besides, even though it's just a parking lot, it still can be dangerous. Especially with new riders who don't yet have a good control over their bike, it can do all sorts of weird stuff. There are plenty of examples on YouTube to see it. So, starting with no protective gear is certainly not the brightest idea ever.
He said that he couldn't take the rider's course because they were all booked. He was just so excited to get out there and ride. He struggled with the stoplights.
This is not good at all. If he struggles like that with controlled braking from what seems like 15 miles per hour, imagine what will happen if someone suddenly brakes in front of him on a highway. Here, Terence literally seems to be stopping his bike by rubbing his shoes against the asphalt. Just between you and me, I have a strong feeling that this is somehow related to this piece of wisdom.
Don't be scared to use the throttle. Don't be scared to use the throttle. Don't be scared to use the throttle.
Probably, don't be afraid to use your brakes would be better. In all seriousness though, controlled stops normally are one of the first things we want to learn when practicing on a parking lot. Occasional stalling on the traffic light won't probably kill us, but failure to stop in time very well can.
I tried to help him as much as I could. I was really happy for him. Finally got his motorcycle after wanting one for so long.
Can't believe you're out and about riding.
I stalled it several times.
It's okay, I stalled it 1,000,000 times.
Well, I only stalled like 10 times, and it's only at the lights, of course.
Yeah, no, that's the
Dude,
worst
I was
way.
going 60.
I only stalled 10 times. Dude, that's quite a lot. But okay, it's not your biggest problem.
He had some close calls, but he was going to ride with or without me, so I tried my best to ride with him as much as I could.
Again, he has no idea how to brake and he uses his feet to lean the bike. This is an uh-oh moment. Universe is sending him pretty clear warning signals here.
He even got his own camera and started making videos. He gave me a few scares.
Failure to perform a controlled stop again seems somewhat a recurring issue, which our friend slash teacher should have noticed by now.
Sometimes I had to scream through my car door. He started riding by himself a lot. He had nearly 2,000 miles in less than a month on his brand new bike. He was loving it. And naturally, he was getting better.
Well, We'll see about that soon. Go on.
He was stalling out a lot less. He had wanted a motorcycle for a long time. Now you're probably wondering, where's the wreck? Well, here's a few days right before the wreck.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Make me happy.
You're probably thinking, why did you just show me that random clip of you singing You Are My Sunshine?
Yes, I guess it will be relevant.
Well, like I said, that was only a few days before the wreck. Just remember that clip, okay? Just trust me. Because everything is about to change forever. Here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. In a few seconds, I am going to be crushed. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Okay, here we go.
Turning right up here. You are my sunshine. Oh. Are you okay? Dude, are you okay? I'm good. Are you good?
Told you. Here's his POV of crushing me.
Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, fuck. Are you good? Yeah, fuck. Oh, fuck, dude. Woo! We did it. It's okay. High five. Yeah. We're good.
Well, I'm really glad they both ended up with just some minor bruises. The crash itself is not really that remarkable by itself. It's just a simple failure to stop in time. But we have to appreciate how each part of this whole story neatly fits together and culminates into a crash. Right from the beginning, we have this Chekhov's rifle on the wall, which then, over 1 month, manifests itself at least several times. Both of our heroes clearly acknowledge it. They knew those were close calls, they knew the cause for it, but they both decided just ignore it and hope it will just naturally somehow resolve itself. And this Chekhov's rifle finally fires. Or backfires, should I say. And the fact Terry crashes into his teacher, which is direct consequence of him not being a brilliant teacher, is just an icing on the cake. But that's not the end of the story. Sure, our heroes will bring lots of wisdom from this life lesson. They will analyze this accident and find some conclusions, right?
Dude. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
You're good, bro. You're good.
Yeah, I'm totally alright. One thing that sucks is I just had picked my motorcycle up from a service, and then like 1 hour later this happens. I also got a new pair of shoes the other day, and my new pants were destroyed too. My helmet did its job. Shout out Hacks Gear. I will put a link to the helmet in the description. I had a Prime bottle in my pocket, and it actually took a lot of damage. As for me, I got some bruises, some scrapes, a chipped tooth, my back was tore up a little bit. Here's my bike, so there's that. His bike got it a lot worse. Here's his bike right here. You can't really tell by the picture, but his bike is actually totaled. I had crash bars that actually helped a lot in this situation. It's really unfortunate, but at the same time, it could have been a lot worse. We're both pretty much okay. He's totally okay. I got some scrapes and stuff, but I'm pretty much okay. Accidents do happen. The funny thing is, I didn't even know he was singing You Are My Sunshine until I went back and looked at the tape. He had only had his motorcycle for like a month, but I think he will rise again. But if you're ever riding with somebody and the homie starts singing You Are My Sunshine, look out.
You are my sunshine.
Well, we learned that sometimes accidents just happen. We found out that a Prime bottle is a perfect substitute for a protective gear, and most importantly, we now know to never sing or listen to You Are My Sunshine.
But if you're ever riding with somebody and the homie starts singing You Are My Sunshine, look out.
That's obviously the main reason for crashing. Alright, now when we watched this video itself, let's discuss what Terence could do in order to not total his bike in just 1 month, and instead quickly become a competent, safe and confident rider. But before we do it, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Ultramax Cell, the brand behind those high-tech base layers, which in my opinion are one of the best options for motorcycle riders. What makes Ultramax Cell thermal wear stand out? It all comes down to the material, an advanced polypropylene fiber with a unique three-dimensional structure. This design provides a compression effect that ensures the fabric to fit snugly to our body, which makes it work on the whole surface of our skin. And what's even more important is that the 3D honeycomb structure expands the material's surface area, allowing it to efficiently wick moisture away and evaporate it quickly. When we are riding in hot weather with ventilated gear on top, this feature enhances the evaporative cooling effect. In colder conditions, the honeycomb structure traps more air around our body, keeping us warmer. Ultramax Cell is a significant improvement to regular thermal clothing. I can highly recommend giving it a try. I'll drop an Amazon link in the description along with their direct contact info. Depending on your location, you might get a better deal by reaching out to them directly due to varying shipping options. Moving on to our video, as we could see, in the crash conclusion there was not even a mention of the real cause of crash, no attempt to figure out how to prevent it in the future, and not a slightest hint of assuming any responsibility for the accident. This is infantile approach. And I'm not even talking about them riding around in pajamas and silly hats. I am talking about the whole approach to motorcycling. It is pretty clear that for these guys, bikes are some kind of lifestyle TikTok content generator machines. We can see it from priorities.
He even got his own camera and started making videos. He gave me a few scares.
Buying a camera and filming comes far ahead in the priority list before gearing up and learning how to ride the thing properly. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to film yourself and whatnot. Motorcycles for many people can be many things. A simple daily mode of transportation, a sport, a lifestyle, a way of traveling around the world, or a way to earn a few million subs on the social media. Nothing wrong about that at all. But at the same time, regardless of how exactly we use a motorcycle, it's a potential source of danger, which must be treated with respect. In our daily lives, there are so many vehicles around us that subconsciously we don't really perceive cars or motorcycles as a threat anymore. They just become those mundane things which are just here, not really worth any extra attention. But in reality, they are still heavy chunks of metal traveling at high velocity, so despite how common they are, they're still pretty dangerous and must be handled correctly. Considering all this, as a new rider, when we are just starting our motorcycle journey, our highest priority should be to acknowledge this potential danger and try to mitigate it to our best ability. If we don't want to end up like our good friend Terry, we have to be proactive. We need to learn how to ride a bike properly, how to balance, how to stop fast, to accelerate confidently, how to not stall, to shift gears properly, how to corner safely, which position on the road to pick, how to look for hazards, etc, etc, etc. We can't just wait until somehow all this knowledge just miraculously appear in our head. This will not happen automatically. We have to actively study and research all this stuff. Luckily, all this is not super complicated and there are plenty of sources to learn from, like books, courses or YouTube channels such as mine. Subscribe. The most important thing is we shouldn't be infantile about it. We have to assume responsibility for our own actions. With such a mindset, we will pretty much inevitably become a really competent rider in time, significantly reducing our chances to get into an accident on the road. This is probably the most important quality in any beginner rider, the ability to take his fate into his own hands. Depending on the government to make a perfect road traffic, or rules of the road, or awareness and skill of other road users, all those are not very wise decisions. The only person we can depend on the road is ourselves. It is in our best interest to constantly learn and improve our riding abilities. And that's the bottom line of our video today. Remember to subscribe to the channel, check out our courses for beginner riders, for advanced riders, and subscribe to our King of the Road course to really unlock your true potential as a motorcycle rider. Thank you for watching, ride safely and have a wonderful day. Bye!